Hello ladies and gents, here we are on my wife's MT-07 2015, and what I'm doing today is I'm going to take it to work just to get a good feel for it, make sure everything's okay. I'm pretty sure everything's okay. We have been out on it, Sarah's been out on it, no problems there, but we have changed to a nice new chain. There we go, nice gold one, nice new chain and sprockets. And the other thing was the front light kept turning off when you turned left, so that's not very good. And what it was, there was a severed cable down in here, and I had to basically cut that all open. There was a cable that literally just popped apart. It's really tight under there, so yeah, I could see why it popped away. So just literally changed that, gave it a little bit of one of those magic soldery things and popped it all back together, and hopefully, I can't cross my fingers and knees, but fingers crossed that it'll be okay. And I thought I'd give it a ride because it's a great little bike. It's a little bit too small for me, if I'm honest, with my 6'6" frame, but it's comfortable enough for a little journey. So, I mean, you got to give these bikes, they do look great. That little CP2 engine, the 700cc, looks great in that frame, with the exhaust coming up by the back wheel. Couple of issues with the bike that we've noticed. The rear swinging arm is quite rusty. It's not dangerous or anything, just looks a bit terrible, so we're going to see about getting that powder coated at some point. But for now, this bike is perfect for my wife. So, let's get on it.
Tom's TC.
It's got a stupid USB connection that I've got to sort out there. Someone's plugged that in. It's quite a nice place to be. I wish the handlebars were a little bit wider. Having the clocks here right on the handlebars is a bit strange because you feel like looking over them, you constantly have to looking down. It's a design quirk, and then of course you've got the key over here in front. It's got an aftermarket ear max screen, which I kind of think finishes off the front end quite nicely. Other than that, it's not a bad place. Starts up nice. This particular bike has done actually it's probably done 32,000 miles now. I mean, you can see that on the bike, but it's not going to take much to sort those problems out. It's got a decent service history, but like I say, the chain needed changing. Yeah, I mean, we didn't pay a lot for this, really. The market value at the moment is around sort of really ropey ones, down to about 3.5 grand, right up to 4.5, 5 grand for this sort of age. We didn't pay that, and, you know, it's a bit of a bargain that's paid off, but a gamble that's paid off almost. Got silly, well, not silly, but you got aftermarket levers, which are okay. My wife likes them, so we'll leave them on. That's like a clonk into first gear, but you can see it goes into neutral. Lovely. My knees are right up above the tank here, and with my balls of my feet on the pegs, my knees are very, very cramped. So yeah, I couldn't ride this for a long period of time. So off we go. Where you going, mate? You're not on your phone. You look like you're on your phone. There you go. So yeah, like I said, I wish it had slightly wider handlebars. These handlebars are really rather narrow for me. Yeah, it doesn't really fit my frame. I'm not the most nimble of people now. I'm in my 40s, but it's comfortable enough. The seat's very comfortable. What my wife likes is the gear indicator as well. When we were looking for bikes, she really wanted a gear indicator. If we didn't get a gear indicated bike, we were going to have to retrofit one, but it's good that it's on there for her. But like I said, I do find I'm looking down quite a long way to those clocks to see how fast I'm going, but it's not the end of the world. It certainly doesn't feel like a 32,000 mile bike now I've changed the chain and sprockets. It was really rattly, that old chain, and very snatchy, but now it's nice and smooth. I mean, one thing about it's got the standard exhaust on this bike, and it's really rather quiet. But I don't know if you're going to be... Yeah, not a lot coming out of that. So we will be looking at eventually getting a new exhaust for them, but they're quite expensive for this because you have to get the whole system. You can't just buy the end cam. I do like this engine. I think if I'd gone with the Tenere instead of the V-Strom, I would have been very happy. It's a really strong engine. I can see why people rave about it. Can be a little bit snatchy as you come back off and on the throttle. But honestly, now that the chain is changed to a nice new one, no chain and sprockets, it now feels a heck of a lot smoother. There's so much traffic this morning. I'm not going to do much filtering because it ain't my bike. I mean, you can see how flat-footed and bent my knees are on this bike. It is a low bike. Perfect for beginners. It's so light as well. That's one thing I've got to mention. I think it's about 180 kilos. There's literally absolutely nothing to it. And so employ your man to press the button on the lights. That's a good use of people's time. I have to keep looking down to find out where the buttons are. Everything's very compact on this bike, which is, again, it's fine. Give him a little nod. Yeah, this feels good. This is nice now. I was a little bit concerned about how that felt, but that obviously it was all related to that knackered old chain, and that really frustrates me. I know that we got a good deal on this bike, but the chain was, and it's my fault because I didn't check it enough, but the chain was horrendous, and it really doesn't take much to look after a chain, and it's one of the most important aspects on a bike, I would say, after your brakes and your tyres. Actually, probably before, I mean, your tyres and your chain probably come under the same area, I'd imagine. And the other thing is with chain and sprockets is they're really easy to replace. But yeah, I mean, me and Sarah are hoping to get out soon on these together, on the bikes, which will be fun. We have already been out. We went for quite a nice long ride. We took some of the nice long roads, sort of out towards Tiverton. You're not going to be able to see much here because of the sunshine, but it was really nice, and it's amazing how much the right bike can put the right amount of confidence into someone. Sarah it didn't take much for her to get confident on this at all. That engine is so torquey. Really doesn't take much. Oh, I've lost a bar of petrol. She won't be happy about that. But overall, I think this is a really good buy. I must admit, I was cursing it at the last couple of days because changing the chain, changing the front sprocket was a bit of a mission because I just could not get the front bolt undone, or the front nut on the front sprocket. It was just absolutely almost welded on. Got there in the end though, and also noticing the front light was a problem. Getting that cable reconnected was a bit of a mission, but we got there in the end. So other than that, it does pick up speed really nice, and the brakes aren't too bad actually. People said the brakes are a bit ropey on these, but I think they're absolutely fine. Yeah, I think the fun would be even more added with a decent exhaust on it, because at the moment it sounds like a very boring sewing machine. Well, hey, front wheel came up then. Woohoo! That's in second gear. I can see why these call them wheelie monsters. Front wheel just lifted a little bit off the road there. Awesome. Yeah. It's that mid-range is fantastic. And on that note, guys, I will end the video there. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If this is your first time watching, please give me a subscribe, give me a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, bye.